Like I said, it's hot. But hey everyone, Acid Burn here, Combi101. Now, back in, what was it, March 22, 2012, people were asking me, what is your thoughts on a coming soon Ninja Turtles movie about the whole alien race and Shrekker, before Shredder. It's not a Japanese guy, foot soldiers or army men, and wasn't going to be no Splinter. So people were asking me about what are your thoughts, and I will put the video of what I thought underneath here. It's a really bad video because of the sound and everything, and I look like really bad in that one. So there's a video on that. Okay, so my thoughts on a Ninja Turtle movie is it is fantastic. It is good. I mean, there's some parts that they did a lot of cutouts, like the editor. It's not. We should not be complaining about Michael Bay stuff or that Jonathan guy. We should be complaining about that editor. He sucks at editing stuff because you see one thing and all of a sudden it cuts off and goes to another thing. It's like, why? You know, why do you keep cutting the parts off? You know, that's the only issue. Well, there's some other issues, but that's one of the biggest issues of mine is that I don't like the editing. Because remember Bay said that he had to do a lot of changes and add some stuff, so he had to call the actress to come back on a set so they could add more to it, and then cut out this piece over here. So there was a lot of editing. So I understand that could be a big problem, but still the whole cutscene, it was a real pain in my butt. The story plot is very different. It doesn't have the old school 80s kind of thing, because that's what they're aiming for, because people are saying, well, there's a lot more 80s stuff into it, but it's not true. It has everything that we grew up with in this movie. The 80s and 90s, comic book, of course the 2K version, and the Nickelodeon all in one. And of course a little bit of a next mutation in there. Now, the story plot starts off like the IDW comic book. I am not kidding. That's the first thing that popped in my head when they showed the whole thing. So, they're in the lab, but except for April working for Baxter Stockman, you don't see Baxter Stockman yet. But it's April O'Neil as a little girl going around with her video camera, and instead of her working there, you know, it's actually April O'Neil's father. Now, my biggest problem with that part is that, why on earth would you bring a little girl to a laboratory testing on animals on your top secret and have her record everything, you know, and asking you, like, what do you think about this and this and this? It's like, it's supposed to be top secret. Little girl should not be in there. It's dangerous, and it's, well, private property, and she shouldn't know all this stuff. But she's in there recording everything, which was cool. So, technically, what it is that Shrek, not Shrekker, Shrek, is part. This is a spoiler alert. Just to let you know, spoiler alert. That Shrek works with Shredder. Now Shrek is like it's like Karai, which she's in it also. Shrek is from Japan, was raised by Shredder. Okay, remember that. Now they probably made this kind of thing back in the history of Japan is that they poison all the water to make people sick or die. But there was a mutagen ooze that was created back then, Krang, that was created and to make everyone healthy again. When they realized what it could do to the humans, which is backwards towards what we usually use with the mutagen, because the mutagen, what we grew up with, if you touch mutagen, you turn into a mutant monster or you go back to slime, and it's really bad for human beings, right? This one's opposite. This one actually helps people become healthier and stronger. But anyways, so that's what happened back in the Japan days and everything. And so they decided to rediscover to make it again this time with the whole thing. But what happened is April O'Neil's father, yeah, he's in there, and they lied to him what they're really trying to do. So what happened is that they're supposed to release this kind of smoke, some kind of disease to make the whole New York City get really sick. and I mean, it like eat their flesh and everything, and it could kill them. And the only way to survive this or be healthier is the mutant ooze that they were creating. But O'Neill was trying to do something good out of it, but Shrek wanted to make it good too, but he wants to become God. Like, he wanted to be super rich. That's the whole purpose behind it. He wants to be rich. So he's pretending like he's part of the whole good guy, and we'll fight against the foot soldier, which he's not. He's part of the foot soldier. So that's the whole purpose of the whole entire show, is because they want to be rich with the mutant ooze. But nothing is actually working, because once Mr. O'Neill found out the truth, he freaked out and started burning the whole entire lab. Shrek comes in, gets freaked out, and shoots him and kills April O'Neil's father. So the whole lab, the animals, the information, all the stuff they wrote down, he thought everything, or Shrek thought everything was gone, deceased, doesn't exist no more. And he's been trying to figure out how to make this happen again, but he couldn't do it. But the problem, well, not really problem is that April O'Neil actually has all the information from his dad, and she saves the turtles and Master Splinter and put them in the sewers so they won't be all, fried up in the fire, which is really cool. But in the laboratory, I forgot the name of it. I think it's called the Da Vinci or Renaissance secret project or something like that. That the turtles are actually actually named by the turtles. Leonardo, Dante, Raphael, Michelangelo, and of course Splinter was named Splinter from the rat. And when they were putting the ooze inside the turtles, this after a while their brain starts functioning to understand what's going on around them. And Splinter was wanting to remember about that day that Mr. O'Neill snaps and freaks out. So that's I think that's a pretty good story, but I'm still saying the whole why is there a kid in the laboratory thing still. What else? Baxter Stockman got cut out. That bummed me out. I really want to see Baxter Stockman there, but he's in the movie in the background with the rest of the laboratory scientists. You gotta look really close because he's the only black guy there with the glasses in the movie. So you gotta look carefully, look in the background, like see if he's there. What else? The characters are actually pretty decent. I love it. Oh, problem. Undercover, or Raphael in Disguise, is no longer in the movie. It is cut out. I don't know why. Maybe they didn't like the idea, or maybe they thought it would be stupid to see a 7-foot turtle walking around in a trench coat. I mean, it's kind of obvious, So maybe Bay's like, maybe we should do that. It might be in a cutout scene or a director's cut thing. You know how they do this kind of stuff. But now, since he's not in the movie, this toy might be valuable now. Or whatever. Because I don't think they're going to make this toy anymore and later on in the future, because what's the point of making this if it wasn't a movie? Which is really cool. Or maybe they want to just do it just because, and they might make more of the turtles in disguise. I don't know what they're going to do. But he's no longer in the movie. He doesn't hand his side to April O'Neil. So that's not in there. The other thing I want to talk about is, of course, everyone's favorite, April O'Neil, Megan Fox. Now, yes, I'll admit, I was one of the guys thinking, oh god, Megan Fox, what are these? Okay, I'm just going to say in a decent way, I think there's something going on with Michael Bay and Megan Fox. Think about it. But I would have to say Megan Fox actually did a very good job as April O'Neil. I expect her to be all skanky and stuff like that, but she wasn't. She was actually quite decent. The only closest thing that's sexual in the thing is, well, the whole Michelangelo and the whole Vernon thing, which I'll explain later. Well, I'll explain the whole Vernon thing when she had her whole entire body in a scenario and they were recording the whole thing, and Vernon's like, "What are you doing?" And he looks at her butt. He's like, "Yeah, keep filming. It looks good," But April O'Neil, Megan Fox did a fantastic job. Disagree with me? That's okay. But I think she did a really good job. She didn't gank it all up, you know, her thing, kind of thing, or anything like that. Nothing. She was actually decent, and I feel she was more of a mix of the 2003 April, but more of the 80s April. How she reacts and everything, she does the same thing. So Megan Fox, you did a really good job at this. Okay, I know it's all part for money or whatever. I don't know, but I hope they keep you for the next part 2 and part 3 movie. Because you did a really good job as acting in April O'Neil, and you made me laugh. You know, you were decent. I like it. I like that a lot. So good for April. They don't have a toy Vern yet, but Vern is okay. I was expecting a whole April. Oh my God, April. You know, I was expecting that, but no, he was April. You know, he had this like he needed to clear his throat or something. But he was really good. I liked the character a lot. He was not too snobby. He was kind of flamboyant, kind of look at me, like kind of like that. But he wasn't a prick like in the cartoon. Except for there was a one part scene when Raphael and April needed a ride, and they called Vern, and he was listening to Wamp from the 80s. You know, that it's like a sad / gayish kind of music, and I'm like, there's Vern, that's a Vern I know of. And he's funny because he had a thing for April O'Neil, you know, he's the old guy. But at the end, I want to say I'm seriously thought they were going to make April and Vern make out. I was like, oh God, no, that will ruin it, or you know, but he didn't. It was good. So Vern, I forgot the name of the actor, because his acting in 30 Rock. That was Vern's character, how he acted in that whole snobby, backstabbing thing. That's Vern right there in a TV show. But in this one, they kind of level him down a little bit, and he just have a thing for April. But it was still pretty good. There was supposed to be Irma. They cut her out. That roommate was not Irma that April had in the movie. There was no Casey Jones yet. Looking forward for that. Now, Splinter. I wish. Okay, now since I saw the movie, they should have black out his eyes. His whole entire eyes were black out, not white like this. And he did have a hair, like black hair, like a human black hair on top of his head. I don't know why they didn't paint that part, but everything else was fantastic. This is one of my favorite Splinter because he doesn't put up with your crap. He will kick your ass. Splinter was kicking ass in this movie, and I was like, yeah! Like, Shredder comes in, and I'll explain that later too, but Shredder comes in the spot, and then Splinter comes out, grabs his sword, and doing all his karate kicks and everything. Now, I expect to see in the future movies, when they do the fight scenes, it's like, boom, 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 you're dead. That was it. No, they actually took a little bit more time in the fight scene with Shredder versus Splinter. That was a fantastic thing, and yet, Splinter... Yeah, spoiler, Splinter was going to die. And what happened is, usually in every Shredder area that Shredder gets a hold of Splinter, something interrupts him. Not this time. Shredder says, drop your weapons to the Turtles. Turtles didn't know what to do. Raphael's supposedly dead in this area soon, because he's just knocked out. But the Turtles throw their weapons down. Shredder still has Splinter lift up like this, and he has ready to, you know, go right into Splinter's, you know, stomach. And I didn't expect it. I was like, haha, you know, but since it's Shredder, he's lying out of his teeth. So Shredder actually went, boom, right into his heart of Splinter, throws Splinter across the thing, and he lays there dead, which we think. As a Turtle fan, and my kid's side came out, and I almost cried my eyes out, like, Splinter! Why? You know, I was like that, but I was like, just, gotta be tough. Can't be crying in the movie, you know? Splinter is a fantastic job. I don't know how this is possible, but the little midget guy, or little guy, who plays, I forgot the guy's name. He's in Kramer's partner in Seinfeld. That's Splinter. It's underneath the whole thing. But if you watch Monk or not 2.5, Man in Black 2 or Men in Black, he's the voice of Splinter, and I liked his voice as Splinter. It's actually probably quite good. I love the suit, how they made him. I was really shocked to see that Splinter was getting really angry at the turtles for lying where they were on top of the roof top, and he actually wrapped his tail around Raphael's throat and lifted him up, like choking Raph. I was like, whoa, I didn't expect to see that. Don't piss him off, you know. But April O'Neil actually knew who Splinter was because she went back to her little box her dad gave her, read the thing. She had videos of everything that she recorded, like Splinter, Leonardo, so on and so on, and she remembers who they were because when they're on the rooftop after the whole subway, and remind you, the subway fight scene was my favorite because you don't see too much of it because they're in the dark, but Raphael grabs the foot soldier, throws him in towards the incoming subway, and smash him right into the window, killing him, which is really cool. Got my violence in it, yeah! And then April followed all the way to the top of the subway, all the way to the top of the building because you could hear him talking. And I remind us my favorite part also because when she took a picture of Donatello, or all of them, they're high-fiving each other, they all stop. What was that? That was a camera flash. He's like, I know that. Who's behind it? And Donatello's like, I think it's a girl. And then Michelangelo's like, are we going to kill her? And Donatello's like, what? You know, I was laughing so hard on that. And it was really good because they were saying their names back and forth and they're turtles. And she's not stupid, which is really good. April is actually kind of smart. And she's like, whoa, wait a minute, these are the test turtles from my dad's lab. And that's when she went back and started looking at her videos and everything, and she realized the rat was Splinter. So when Donatello hacked into April's thing, because remember they says, you know, we will find you. And then the whole Michael, like, yeah, we'll find you. I'm sorry, that's kind of creepy, but we will find you. And he did. They found it on the computer. And Donatello's like, you've been hacked by Donatello. And if you pay attention to that scene, you actually hear the theme song of the Ninja Turtles 80s theme song, that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. It's in the background, so yay, we had our theme song in there. But anyways, Donatello tells April to meet us on top of the roof over here and so on. So she goes over there, she figured out who they were, who they are and everything, and they had to cover her face so they don't know where they live. Brought her to the lab because Splinter says, oh great, she's in trouble, so that's the reason why they brought her down there, because they realized that now the foot soldiers know about April, they're going to try and kill her. But when she was in the sewer and they realized that, oh, here's Splinter right here, she actually said Splinter, and then they're like, well, how does she know the name? And that's how they explain the whole story right there. So that's Splinter right here, which is freaking cool. Raphael. Now, he's a little mix of the 2K version, the comic book, but more metaled down. I mean, he has that attitude, that, yeah, don't mess with me kind of attitude, and I like that. I just wish they made him more smart-ass, kind of like the 80s, kind of like, you know. But he was pretty decent, and I like the scab wound right here, and, you know, him versus Vern, because we all know how Vern annoys Raphael, and he said, wow, you're a giant talking turtle, and he's like, well, you're a human nerd. Now we got that out of the way, because, you know. So, Raphael was actually quite cool. He was my favorite character. He's a big guy, big dude. The actor, whoever plays the actor of the voice and all that, he did a really good job as Raphael, so congrats on that one. Shredder almost killed Raph by crushing him and everything. And there is a scene when the Shredder actually got the turtles. He blew up the lab, thought they killed Splinter. Just remind you that he's okay. Okay. And what was that? And what happened is that Raph was the last one being captured by the foot soldiers. The best scene ever, I swear, because like that's where you see Baxter stopping right in that area, because they captured the turtles, locked them up into this cage, had their arms spread out, and you have this machine that's actually taking their blood from the turtles and into this mixture, so because the turtles actually still have mutagen inside of them So therefore, when they have the mutagen, they got their mutagen back, so they could continue what they're going to do. They came pretty close, killing Leonardo, Michelangelo, and Donatello in the scene. It was really sad. Raphael woke up because what happened when they were fighting with the foot soldier, because foot soldier found out where the turtles live in the sewer due because of April. Now, it wasn't her fault though, because when April went to go meet Shrek, she talked about like, hey, yeah, my dad used to work for you, and yeah, these turtles are existing. He said she thought maybe he's a good guy. He hands her his business card, which has a tracking device in it, and that's how they tracked her down in the sewer. They blew up the sewer because of her, blah, 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 but like I said, it wasn't her fault. Raphael was fighting the foot soldier, and he broke one of the bricks, so the whole part came down on top of the foot soldier and Raphael, and they thought they killed Raph, but Raph, you know, so thick and strong, woke out of it, saw Splinter, took care of him, and they need the mutagen. So now we're in the Secret of the Ooze area now, because the mutagen they need to get to save Splinter, which now is another story, which is cool. That's when they call Vernon to come down, and Vernon, April, they all went to that area where Shrek is living at. Now, when they're going through the buildings and they're going around, Raphael's killing all the foot soldiers. Yeah, killing. I'm not saying like, oh, he's poking them. He's actually beating the crap out of them and everything. That's where the fight scene of Shredder and Raphael are fighting, and man, Shredder does a whole freaking. Now, remind you that Shredder has another suit, but they just give him a newer suit upgrade with all the armor. And yeah, I know, it kind of had that Transformer machine robotic thing going on, but I put that to the side and realized, wow, this suit is freaking badass. April is trying to help out the turtles by giving them that general rush and everything back in their heart because they're dying. Finally, they get all hyped up and everything. They broke out. You know, it was a funny scene. You had to see that part. I don't want to explain it to you because it's actually quite a funny scene. I want you to check it out. It's like being on, I don't know, like giving me a whole bunch of Monster Energy drink. I'm running around screaming because I have ADD. So think about it. This time is where it gets really good of the movie. What else? Oh yeah, Raphael, you know, similar to told you about the Shredder told the turtles to drop their weapons, and Raphael actually, when he found the weapons on the ground, he saved the sword, nunchucks, and bow staff for the turtles, and now they got the weapon back. This is where they're supposed to be being chased because they're on the edge of the snow plot because somebody with a rocket, the foot soldier shot a rocket launch at the tires of the samurai, which Vernon was driving with April in the passenger side, and three turtles inside. No, two turtles inside the samurai, and my gun's on top. Leonardo fell out of the samurai going down the hill. Samurai drivers, you know, samurai trucks and everything. Which, that has to be my favorite scene of all, because that's a really cool graphic. The fight scenes and everything was cool. I'm just thinking about it. I was like, that was really cool. Karai gets her butt kicked. That's where you see that Raphael does that flip in the air and into that army jeep thing, and Karai, that whole thing was flipping around, almost knocking her out. I thought she died, but I don't think she's dead, you know, just because there's a part 2 coming out, so they need her. You don't know her full story. You see her ordering the foot soldier and everything, so I mean, she sounds exactly like Karai in the 2K version. I just don't like the whole Botox crap, you know, her cheeks are like, whoosh, out. She's like, oh, ah, you know, like that's like, her face is freaky looking. So, okay, we got that out of the way. I'm skipping around, I'm sorry, because, you know, when you have ADD, you're going like this, you're going like this, you're going like this. So, hopefully I didn't get anyone lost yet. So, Raphael is one of the coolest badass character ever. Leonardo is also my favorite. Remember, I'm not a true Leonardo fan, but I like Leonardo here. He's funny, he has a personality, he's great to watch. The only thing I have issue with Leonardo is I could still hear Johnny Knoxville's voice. And if you grew up with Jackass TV series and anything that was Johnny Knoxville, you're going to hear it. He doesn't change his voice. You're just going to hear Johnny Knoxville's voice all the way through. And that's kind of weird why they have Johnny Knoxville for, because everyone in the voice is actually have that New York accent, but he has that cowboy kind of accent kind of thing going on. His rock and roll voice, you know, like the whole thing like that. But I put it to the side, and it's good. Johnny Knoxville did a really good job on the voice, and when you watch it for the second time, you actually kind of zoom out perfectly. The Johnny Knoxville is not in the voice; it's Leonardo. Great fight scenes for Leo. He actually takes out his sword, not like the whole 80s thing that you just fight with their hands, and after that, after they're done fighting, he takes out the sword and he's like, ooh, you know, nothing like that. He's straight up taking out his sword, and you see him slicing up the foot soldier. But remind your parents, there's no blood. It's okay. There's no blood. I wish there was a blood, like, slice up, cut scene blood thing, but, you know, whatever. So, congratulations on the dude who played Leonardo and the voice. Fantastic job. He is a great leader. But the thing is, I also pointed out, even my girlfriend pointed this out, is that he didn't do too much of a leader kind of thing. So, Bae, you need to fix that a little bit, Leonardo ordering thing, because Leonardo did a little bit of ordering, but it seems like everyone else know exactly what to do without Leonardo ordering them around. So, and my favorite one, Donatello. Now, Playmates people, is there any way you can make Donatello have glasses? Because he looks so cute with glasses on. Sorry. He did. He looked so adorable. He's the cutest character. This character right here is the 80s character of Donatello, but a mixer of the 2K, because he actually fight. I like the whole fact, oh, I feel finally I could be the badass for once. That's what he says, straight up. He says that because you know, Raphael couldn't fight because his shells cracked because of Shredder. The costume is fantastic. His personality is perfect. He's the geekiest, non-sticking up Donatello. I love it. The voice is fantastic. I love the glass. I like the part when we're escaping from where they're being about to get killed. He puts little goggles on, looks at the foot soldier, and actually tells you what weapon they have. He's like, they have guns! You know, his little high-pitched voice. But I would have to say, the part that made me laugh, I mean, everything he did made me laugh, but the part that made me laugh the most would have to be the part when they're riding down the snow, and he grabs his bow staff and put up to the bumper of the Jeep, and he says, I always wanted to do this, and he pulled it up to the Jeep, and then here comes a big gap, and he shoved it right in the gap, and the Jeep went flying in the air. And the funny thing is that Donatello's laughing so hard, and he does that, and I was laughing with him. He's cute. Donatello's the most adorable, cutest character out of the whole thing. I love it. So, congrats on the dude who played him. Dog outside. But congratulations on this. This is a really cute character. Do not change his personality, Bae. Keep him the way he is. I just got excited. Keep him the way he is. He's perfect. But please, put some glasses on to Donatello, because, you know, us glasses never become heroes. Well, real Superman doesn't count. But anyways, yeah, perfect. Perfect. Now, my buddy, Michelangelo. I love Michelangelo. He is the next mutation mixed with the 2K Michelangelo, because he's my favorite. I had to say he did a really good job. I mean, I'm not the whole gangsta kind of fool. I'm not like that. I don't care for that kind of crap. But he did. But it annoyed me. It did not. I really appreciate what he did. The whole time, now this is backwards, because we all know Donatello have a thing for April and blah 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 blah. He's so shy, but Mikey has a thing for April O'Neil, and it's a lot cuter because, you know, Michelangelo's not shy. He's straight up and tell you straight up and everything. Now, parents, you might not like what I'm about to say on this part, but it is the coolest, the funniest thing ever. Michelangelo actually pulled off a boner joke on April. When they gone on the roof, that's where you hear Michelangelo say in the background, and says, "Oh my God, she's so hot. I could feel my shells getting tighter." Boner joke. Or I mean, he's like, "Yeah, it's my girlfriend. I call dibs." You know, like, he's just totally into April. Or what was the other one? You know, they're about to fight the Shredder, and then he's like, "If we don't make it, I'm always going to be right here." And he's trying to point to her heart, but he's actually reaching for her boob. That's when Raphael pulled him away from her April. Yeah, seriously, Mikey's kind of a perv, but he's a funny perv, not like a creepy perv, but a funny perv. But my favorite part is the ending when they're on the that van, and he was trying to get April to come in and inside the van so they could be closer. But he said, "I wrote a song for you." I thought it was gonna be like a hip hop crap song, but no, he's actually sings a song by the band called the Turtles. You and me, it's like an oldie song. You had to see it, but he's singing it to April with love and caring and everything. And they're driving away, and he opens the back door, starts finishing his song, and it was cute. It was the cutest thing ever. So Mikey has a crush on April, and Mikey looks so cute. And it looks really cool, adorable, and thanks to Michelangelo that we've been watching nothing but cat playing chopstick with chopstick, or cat playing on piano on YouTube all day, because that's because Michelangelo was watching it. He's not too stupid. He's actually has a little bit of sense up here, and he's actually really cool. I'm surprised when they thought Leonardo and Vernon and April died, and Michael was like, "Oh my God, it's my fault." And here comes Raphael. I was like, "They're not dead yet, you numbnut." It's like, okay. And yes, there's some words in there. April says shit. Seriously, April says shit a couple of times. Raphael says we're getting our ass kicked, and there's cussings in there, but not too much. They don't bomb it or anything like that. There's no F-bombing. There's no B word. There's no anything else. It's just shit, ass, damn. I think there's other ones. I can't remember what it was, but that's all it is. So yeah, it's like I said, just a little bit for adults. Last but not least, the Shredder. Now, seeing the costume on the Shredder, they should paint his eyes and dot it with white, because that's what it looks like. This is the 2K Shredder. My ultimate favorite Shredder, second favorite Shredder. And when they show Shredder without his costume, like his armor, he is one freaky motherfucker. He is freaky, and he's super tall, and he has that deep voice, like a deep voice with an Asian accent, and it's so cool, and I love it. Freaking Shredder doesn't take crap, and he says straight up, the only way we're gonna get the turtles is if we put people in danger. If it takes that far to kill people, do it. And I was like, wow, he doesn't care about no one. And then yes, they actually put this in there. When they told Shredder that we got your armor, and who's been destroying your career or your thing are the turtles. He looks at his new armor and says, "Tonight, I dine on turtle soup." In Japanese, but it says in the title on the bottom, it says it right there, "Tonight, I dine on turtle soup." Boom! Classic. I love it. Thank you, babe, for putting that in. The armor looks fantastic. I don't remember seeing the cape. I had to see it again the third time. I don't remember seeing the cape, but he just walked right in there, kicking the turtle's butt, tugging down Splinter, and it had a lot of the old school attitude. Doing this, criticizing turtles, the rat, does this, he doesn't teach you worth nothing, blah blah. And then they put a whole rooftop fight. Yes. And the 80s thing, when they had to always go on top of Channel 6 News because of the antenna, and that's where we're going to kill people, which they were going to, just like the cartoon. But this one is a little bit darker because the antenna actually has the gas to spray onto the whole nation of New York, and that's what's the whole purpose behind it. They had the mutant ooze. There was 2 mutant ooze, but you only see one surviving. April and Vern takes down Shrek. You don't see the other ooze though. The other ooze is in Shredder's hands, and he puts it in his pocket, like her side of his belt. And it was really the coolest scene, the fight scene ever. I mean, he's just banging down and kicking around, they're flying around. I mean, don't mess with Shredder. But when the whole spike thing, like this thing right here, it kind of reminds you of like Iron Maiden, kind of like a bird. It looks like wings on him, but besides that, he was okay. This thing is freaking sweet. I mean, he shoots this out of the turtles, flying around, sticks into walls, picks his arms up like a magnet, and it shoots right back at him. Just so if he misses, it might actually get him again. But it, kind of sliced up here and there, and got right back to his thing. Now, when they're trying to save the tower from falling on top of the whole nation, I mean, the whole rooftop actually coming down on top of people, and you see people getting hurt. I mean, you don't expect to see that in the movie, in the turtle stuff, because people should not be getting hurt in turtle stuff. But this one, screw that rules, and people getting hurt, running for their lives. Turtles are actually super strong, trying to hold it up, like to make sure the tower doesn't fall over. Shredder's like, boom, right in Leo's stomach, like, you will drop it, kind of thing. And the whole tower comes down. Shredder goes up to April because April screams out like, hey, I got your ooze right here. I forgot to mention, she has the ooze first before Shredder does. So forgive me for that part. So Shredder goes over there, grabs the ooze, punches April. She goes flying off. Seriously, you hear that kick in there. Flying down. Turtles decided to let go. Ran for April, made a little whole long tower. They're holding each other down. Saving April from falling. Put her back on the thing. Shredder actually took one of his spikes and was trying to throw it at Michelangelo. Michelangelo threw it, hit it back with his nunchucks, flying right towards Shredder's eyeball, and it goes right in his eyeball. And then Leonardo throws his katana blade and stabs him right in the chest, which is really cool. But yet, there's no blood. Think about it. I'll tell you why. What my thought is. Now, April told him to swing her towards Shredder, and he did. And she kicks Shredder right in the face. Shredder goes down. You actually follow Shredder hitting to the ground, and they go all the way down, making a big ass dent, killing Shredder. You don't see this yet. And what happens yet? I'm going to tell you what happens, but so they're all saved and everything, and they're all like happy and everything. But now the tower's coming down on the turtles, and they're all holding on. Like it's like a ride. They're all holding on the metal piece going down and everything. And then says, "This is it. That we're gonna die. Anyone want to say anything? Their last words." Donatello says something so cute and adorable. Mike is like, "I never understood the whole last episode of Lost," and I was laughing because I never seen it, but I guarantee it's probably confusing. And then Raphael spilled his guts out to the whole guy. Says, "I'm sorry, I've been real fun, you guys, but blah, blah." I mean, he spread his whole entire guts out to the turtles. It was really, really sweet to see how he really feels about the guys. And then when he opened his eyes, remember, they're so strong and so tall. They actually they're all together holding on the ground. They land on the ground, holding the tower up. And Raphael looks around, and Michelangelo's like, "Dude, are you crying?" And Raph's like, "No, it's just a lot of dust around here." He's all in tears and everything. So cute. I mean, I love when they do stuff like this. So yeah, Raphael spread his guts out. He's really sensitive, and it's really, like I said, it's really cute. Okay, so the turtles escapes. No one saw them. I don't know how they didn't see them, but they won't, because the New York people are surrounded by Shredder where he landed and maybe died, right? No, remember the ooze that was in Shredder's hand? It cracked, and Shredder grabs this piece of his skin on top of the thing, so the ooze is now devolving into Shredder's veins now, because remember the turtles are strong because of the ooze. Shredder never had the ooze in his system, but now he has the ooze inside his system. Now Shredder is going to be 10 times stronger and crazier. Remember, they also have his old suit, so this is not officially a Transformer suit or whatever. So he will have his old suit in the second movie. What else? It is actually a fantastic movie. Like I said, the story plot jumps here and there. But you catch on. I mean, it's not. You can't be a freaking idiot to realize. Well, I don't understand the plot. It's a stupid plot. Like those entertainment news people, like, hey, the plot sucks. Probably because you don't pay attention and realize, oh, you're just complaining, crying, blah, whatever. But it's good. The plot's good. It makes sense. It's simple. You can easily figure this out. So Baxter Stockman, Casey Jones, Krang will be in the second movie. Supposedly that's what they're saying. The van is now in the movie. Because the van doesn't come until the later on. Blowing up Vern's car. Raphael is cool and chill. Becky still has a crush. It's good. It is good. I was looking for like hidden messages, like the whole Easter eggs thing. Now the ending, supposedly something supposed to happen at the ending that they changed it around, and Baxter Stockman is supposed to be at the end of the movie, but they cut that out. I don't know why. We waited the whole entire credit movie. Maybe we see him there, but nope. So don't waste your time at the end of the movie. Don't fly into the credits and everything. There's nothing at the credits at all. So that's my thought on the Turtles. It is really, really good. Oh, and April O'Neil got fired because she's explaining to the whole Burn or Whoopi what happened, who's a visual Andy and everything, and she actually did a great job playing Burn. The whole attitude, the smart ass, kind of jerky kind of attitude, perfect. Way to go, Whoopi. I was like, oh god, what the heck is she gonna do? I lost respect in her when she did the whole View show, but after seeing that, that's perfect. That's how Burn supposed to act, and she nailed it. Perfect. Now my thoughts on Irma. This is what I think is going to happen. I could be wrong. I think what happened since April O'Neil lost her roommate because she called her mommy, I want to come home, like a crybaby, whatever. She's gone. You get rid of her. She needs a new roommate to help with the bills or rent. So Irma comes in, checks out the place, becomes her roommate. Now she needs a better job. April O'Neil hooks her up with a job, as the whole phone thing. That's what I think is going to happen. Because April gets her job back, whatever. Shredder gets her old costume. But I don't think he's a human Shredder. He's an Utron. Look at the picture. I mean, you see his stomach. There's a perfect rectangle on his stomach. And it looks like an Utron. He's an Utron. And come on. Boom, boom. Blade into the eye. Blade into the stomach. No blood. Falls to the ground. Makes a big-ass dent in the cement. No guts. Nothing fall out of him. He's a Utron. Shredder is a Utron. I hope he is, because I feel like an idiot if I'm wrong right now, but he's a Utron. Utron! Okay, and maybe they're going to put the trench coat thing in it. I don't know. Baxter Stockman, maybe become a fly. I don't know. Pretty sure going to get it. Crane's going to be in it. I really want to see what Crane looks like. All that gory, graphic, Shredder, kind of thing. Oh, I hope they do that. I hope. And I hope they put Bebop Rocksteady in it. Please. Bebop Rocksteady. Please. For once in our future time, we want to Bebop Rocksteady. Oh, and of course, the Technodrome might be in the movie. Think about it. It's going to be perfect. But, I am looking forward for the second movie. People, it is worth going to see. It is worth going to see more than once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. Whatever you want. Toys are awesome. And, like I said, I am terrified what was going to happen. And then there's another video of me saying, no matter what they do, I'm just going to stick by it. And I guarantee we're going to like it. And I was right. I liked the movie a lot. So, I don't know what to expect from next movie, because I know Shredder wants to get revenge on the Turtles. So, oh yeah, and Splinter survives. They put the ooze in him, and it cracks a little jokes in here. It wasn't cheesy. Jokes are not cheesy for once. It's actually funny for us adults to laugh at. It's really funny. I don't know too much about the Easter egg hunt thing, when you had to look around for something. I just know the theme song was in it, Baxter Stock was in it. I mean, perverted jokes are in it. But everything else is fantastic. So guys, seriously, this is my point of view. I know you just, hopefully maybe you're just asking what I thought. Maybe you're going to be like, yay, thumbs up, that's it. I want to give you the whole detail. So this is a big spoiler alert. If you've already seen it, you probably agree with me. If you haven't seen it and you're still watching this video, I'm sorry if I spoil it, or if you don't really care. I didn't really spoil it much, so you're going to be surprised when you watch through the whole series. It is more bigger than what I'm explaining to you right now. So, alright, buy your trench coat, Raphael. You never know what's going to happen with that, because they're not going to, because like I said, it wasn't a movie, so that's the reason why it's not, that's why the reason why they're not in a toy thing, you know, in a cool card, and it shows you which toys are coming out, and not once Raphael in disguise in it, so they should be telling you that they're going to stop making these, and they're going to be worth a lot of money for the series, like rare stuff. So keep them in their package, go buy another one, open it to play with it, whatever, but as long as you got one, it's cool. Alright people, put your comments down. What do you think about the movie? Do you disagree with me what I'm saying? Do you agree? Share this video with people who are having turtle talk of the movie. Oh, and yeah, I didn't get anything from the movie. A lot of people got Ninja Turtle mask, a cup with the turtle on top of it. What was the other ones? Keychain, I mean, so on. Everybody's getting everything, all these cool gifts, and I didn't get crap. Dang it. But no, that's pretty much it. So push like if you like this review. I hopefully explained a lot of things better for you. I didn't want to put no cheesy pictures like here's Michelangelo. I want to bring out toys and just show you right there and then. So yes, until then, people, take care of yourself and happy hunting. Yeah, more eBay stuff. Yay. Free shipping of these lovely NCA turtles, right? Wrong. So anyways, so it looks like he owns these turtle toys, right? But I do question this though. Alright, first off, he's selling for $60, and we got 43 watchers. Yeesh. Very careful, people. Especially with something like the Red Star. Okay, so this is new in box, right? New in box. Remember that. Box. So why are they open in this picture? So you scroll down. Actually, let me do this better. Okay, now they're in box in this one picture. There they are. In this box, right? But it looks like every other picture that you see on the web. So if they're in box, tied up with that vinyl rope thing, but yet you have another picture of them open with their yellow chest. I guarantee it has a blue shell on the back. I can't even see. Can't really see what this one looks blue in the back to me. So this looks more realistic right here, but if they're in the box, why are they open? How did you open them up and then put the string back on them? You see what I'm saying? And second of all, if you have a package like this, people, that little oval looking thing, it's China fake. Now, I'm not saying Asian fake, I'm saying it's from China that is fake. Because they don't look like this cover at all. Because first things first, there's no street pieces, and there's no extra hands, no ooze, no baby turtle involved in it. What else do we have down here? Okay. Yeah, cool. Yay, cool. What? Just show me the back. Come on. Load up, crap. Whoa, wait, I found it. Ah, it's blue. Blue shell. We already know what that means. It's fake. Blue shell. Blue shell. Blue shell. Yeah, this is how you know when this NCA toys are fake. If their back shell is blue, front shell has that orange burnt look to it. You know, it's fake. And we got 43 watchers, and I feel so bad for these people because the thing on here doesn't say, oh, fake, bootleg, or whatever. It's just, doesn't say that. And then look at, you have different turtles pictures right here that doesn't have that on there. Put your comments down, please.